Hey, good morning, everyone. So, before we get into understanding about what is liquidity, what is buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, all those things, and how to complete the challenge, first let us understand, right, what is the need to take time to learn all these things, right? Now, we all understand that we are in a transition phase, right? Early 2000s was transition into complete technology, IT jobs, all those things. Nearly after 25 years, AI is taking over a lot of those employment opportunities. Right, with AI, whatever the 10 developers can do, one developer can do it now. Whatever 10 testers can do, one tester can complete all the job much faster with AI. So it is very, very important for each of us to have a plan B. So that suddenly, if right, most of the big companies already, right, Oracle, Microsoft, Google, Meta, they are laying off like anything because they started with the AI investments and they started laying off. Now, within a year or so, even mid-size, small-size companies will replace most of the IT staff. They will keep only 10 to 15% of the staff. So that's why it is very, very important, especially whether you are in IT or even non-IT, because even non-IT tasks, like if you are a lawyer or working in a lawyer office, or if you are in admin role, most of the things AI can do. AI agents can do all those tasks much faster. So it is very, very important for all of us to have a plan B so that in case of any such type of news, layoff news, we should be prepared. So you have another career where you can create income. So because of all those reasons, we want to be prepared. You want to be so that in case if nothing happens, that's always good. But if something happens, you have something ready to take care of it, to take care of such. So before we look at the indicator, there are four different definitions we all need to understand, right? So the first definition is support, right? What do you mean by support in trading terminology? Support means generally, let us say Tesla is trading at $400, and if lot of people, right, out of 100 people, if 80 people are ready to buy Tesla stock at $400, right? They think like, oh, last 2 weeks it was 440 or 425. Now it is only $400. I think Tesla will go up. Elon Musk will combine SpaceX and Tesla. Tesla can go to $500 or something within next 1 2 months. If people think like it is a discounted price, it is a cheap price for that stock, and if people start buying at a certain price level, that is called as a support level, right? That means people are supporting that price to acquire it. People are respecting that price, thinking that, oh, it is a good price for Tesla. So if 80%, 70% of the people are accepting that price and buying it, that is a support level. Let us say Tesla goes to $450 from 400. Then people think like for Tesla, 450 might be a good price to take profits, to book profits. If they are selling at 450, right, 70% of them are selling at 450, thinking that, oh, it may not go above 450. And if majority of them are selling at that price, that is called as a resistance level. That means they are resisting it to hold longer. They don't want to hold it longer. They feel like 450 is a good value where they can book the profits. So that is called as support and resistance. So if a price is, if most of the buyers are buying a stock at a certain price, that is called support. If most of the sellers are selling a commodity equity or a commodity at a certain price, that is called as resistance. So it is very, very important for each of us to understand these two concepts properly. So generally what most of the buyers or sellers will do, they try to buy at support levels, they try to sell at the resistance levels, right? Historically, right? Trading is all about re- history repeating itself. That means, for example, SPX or SPY, let us take example of SPX, right? Let us say SPX, when it went to 75.20 yesterday, it dropped. That means again on Monday when market opens, If from 74.80, if it goes back to 75.20, there is a high possibility for a drop. At 74.80, let us say it is going up. Next day, if it goes to 74.80, there is a high possibility it will go up, because people always look at, okay, what happened in last 1 week, what happened in last 1 month. Whenever it came to 7480, it went up, or whenever it went to 7520, it started dropping. Then they will try to buy at 7480, they will try to take profits at 7520. So markets, what they will try to do is, the big companies, there is a concept called as liquidity sweep or stop loss hunting. They understood that retail traders, they will do a buy at support, they will do a sell at resistance. One more thing the retail traders do is, for example, it will be not always Tesla will go to 400 and Tesla will go to 450, right? Sometimes what happens, either the support will be, it will break, or the resistance will break, right? Suddenly there is a good news or something. Then Tesla may break this resistance, right? Till now, people are selling Tesla at 450, but suddenly there is some other good news. Then people may think like, oh, Tesla will go to 500 now. So then this resistance will break and it will go further up. So that is called as a breakout. That means if price is going above the resistance, that is called as a breakout concept. So generally, buyers, what they do is, they put their buy orders here. That right, they put their buy order limit order here at the support, and then they also do sell orders at the resistance, right around. For example, if their buy order is at 400, their sell order will be at 450. But there will be some more buyers. What they do is, they will also put some more buy orders around 452 or 453, because they feel like, oh, now it is breaking out, right? Previous resistance was at 450. Now price is going further up. That means that it is a breakout. That means the previous resistance is breaking. It broke, and now it can go to 450 or 480. So one is the profit profit orders, right? Taking the profit at 450. The second type of orders they do is, they put some more limit buy orders at 452 or 453, so that when price goes further up, when there is a breakout, and if Tesla goes to 480 or 500, they can book more profits. So that's why there are two types of orders here. One is profit taking orders. Second is the orders which are called as breakout, or again new buy orders above the resistance. Profit taking orders here. So what market makers will do is, they identify that our retail traders want to buy somewhere here at 450 to 453, or they want to they have some profit orders here. So that is called as liquidity, right? Liquidity in trading terminology is nothing but lot of orders at one place. If there are a lot of orders sitting at one place, that is called as liquidity. So now they know that people have a lot of breakout orders, right? Whenever it break out, i- there are a lot of orders sitting there. So the market makers will intentionally put a lot of money to bring Tesla to 452 or 453, right? There is a resistance here, but they will take it little more further up, so that immediately all these orders placed by the retail traders above the resistance, they will get filled, right? Immediately it gets filled, you will see a major drop there, right? That means it will do a fake breakout, and then it will immediately, or there will be one more type of orders here, right? Because there is a resistance here, what will think, it will go to 450 and then it will start dropping. But you may put a stop loss at 452 or 453, right? Because if it, instead of dropping from 450, if it goes to 452, you want to take a stop loss. So you have the stop loss orders there, you have the breakout buy orders there, you have the target profit orders there. So there is a lot of liquidity sitting close to that, above the resistance. So the market makers will try to do that stop loss hunting, go little more above the resistance level, and then all those orders will get filled, right? Whoever want to sell it, right? Do a short here and make profits. Because price went up, it hit all your stop losses. There are some more buyers who want to buy above 450, so that they are thinking it will break out, it will go to 500. Right? All their orders got filled. So the market makers will intentionally take the price little bit above the resistance and then bring it all the way down. So people who are buying above 450, they are losing. People who are shorting at 450, who kept the stop loss above 450, they are losing. So that is called as a buy side liquidity. Whenever you have lot of orders above the resistance, that is buy side liquidity. So as part of liquidity sweep, as part of stop loss hunting process, the institutions, they will take the price above the resistance, grab all that liquidity, and then there will be a big drop. In the same way, below the support. So generally what retail traders will do is, below the support, we will, right here I want to buy, right? For example, this is $400 price for Tesla. I'm thinking like, oh, last time Tesla came to 400, it started bouncing, went to 450. So let me put a buy order at 400 or 401. And then I may put a stop loss at 398, right? If it is not going up, suddenly it starts dropping, I'll take a stop loss at, let us say, 398 or 395. Then there are some more people, what they do is, they want to, if price breaks this, they want to put a short order here below the support, right? That means it is breakout, right? At the downside, or it is more like a breakdown. So if it is going up, breakout, if it is going down, break, uh, breakdown. So they may put some short orders here, right? If Tesla goes below 400, then I'll put a sell order at 398, so that price may go further down. So same thing, the institutions, what they will do, they will not come here and suddenly bounce it. They know there are a lot of people have stop losses here. It will go little bit down the support, and then it will grab all that liquidity and then again bounce up. So people who kept their stop losses, so that's what happens in market. Whenever you keep stop loss, exactly it will come hit the stop loss and then price will go up. You feel like, oh, I should have not kept a stop loss. Right? When you don't keep the stop loss, it may go further down and you may have another risk. Right? Or it breaks the support, you take a shot, immediately within 5 minutes, it will start going up. So that's why it is very, very important to understand. You have a lot of buy side liquidity, you have a lot of stop orders here above the prior highs. You have a lot of stop loss orders below the prior lows. The market makers will always try to grab the liquidity at the top and grab the liquidity at the bottom. And then wherever they want to move, they will take the direction. So this concept is very important to know, because if you can grab those opportunities, whenever market makers are doing that buy side liquidity or sell side liquidity, and then your buy entries and sell entries can be much, much faster, right? You are, whenever it is going little bit up, taking all the liquidity and then dropping, you are not waiting for price to come down so much. So your entries, your reversals can be much faster. So that's what our liquidity sweep RLS indicator will do, where it will catch those uh, buy side liquidities or sell side liquidities much faster. So let us see in the real time example, so you will understand how market makers will do. Right? Let us see. So for example, if you see here in this example, we are looking at a ES chart. Right? ES is nothing but S&P 500. So S&P 500 future sticker, which you can trade when you are doing this. So for example, this is a consolidation box, right? This is like where this is your support, this is your resistance. So price will generally come, right? So here you got a sell signal, it came to the bottom, again it started going up. So it was in a consolidation. Initially price moved so much high, and then it came to it. came to a consolidation window where it is, right? This is called your support. This is basically your resistance. Price went up to the high, touched the resistance, came down. Again tried to go up, again consolidated, consolidated. So finally what they did, they broke the support, right? This is your support level, the bottom. But they broke all the way to the bottom because we may keep our stop loss somewhere here, right? If it is you want to buy at the bottom so that it will go up. But what market makers will do, they will try to break the support. All our stop losses will hit immediately. Again, they will take it up. So this is a sell side liquidity. So they brought it all the way down, and immediately they started taking it up. So it is called as a sell side liquidity buy. That means sell side liquidity is over. They swept the liquidity of the sellers. So there is a lot of stop loss, right? Sell stop loss orders here. You are buying here, and you are saying that if it breaks the support, I want to sell my ES long by taking a stop loss. So that's why it is a sell side liquidity. They grabbed all those stop loss orders, right? There might be millions of traders who might have kept a stop loss below this, right? Because that was acting as a support. It was coming here, going up, coming here, going up, coming here, going up. So then people will think that, oh, this is very strong support. Let me buy here. But they brought it nearly from 75.38. They brought it all the way down to 75.32. That is nearly $300 or nearly 6 points. So you may keep some your stop loss below the support, 3 or 4 points down. They brought it so much down, and immediately they started taking it up. So now after the swept, immediately if you get a buy signal, that means now you know that, oh, sell side liquidity is over. Now they are taking the market up. So if you buy here, you are you will get much bigger profits, right? Because they did the stop loss hunting, they started taking the price up. So now if you know that, oh, SSL, we got a SSL buy, later we got another buy signal. But by this time already there is a huge candle, right? From nearly 75.36 to 70, there is $1,000 candle. You may enter somewhere at the top of this, right? Already you you missed a big profit here. But here, if you enter, you have much higher chance to, right? Because you will catch all these 20-30 points, the candle. Is it making sense, right? What is liquidity sweep and how we can catch those liquidity sweeps much faster? Anyone has any questions here? So, right, this is the support, this is the resistance. So they are coming, the institutions are trying to go below your support levels, catch all your stop losses, and then take the price up. That is called as liquidity sweep. And we want to catch such type of liquidity sweeps with a much early. So you see this type of candles where you have a huge wick below the support, and then again it will go up. So we using this, yeah, we are working on automation also. Using this, we can grab this liquidity and you can set an alert, right? Because sometimes it may go further down. You want to see, okay, after this candle, do I have a follow-up candle, right? You should have after a sell side liquidity, you should have a sell side buy. That means there should be a green candle followed by this. Then that's generally a very good opportunity, right? For example, it will have other buy sell signals. But whenever, so you have a sell side liquidity here, but you don't have a green candle. So that means it's not a good opportunity, right? You are not getting a buy signal. There was a big wick at the bottom, but it immediately you don't have a proper follow up candle. So we don't buy here, right? You should have a sell side liquidity, then you should have a sell side liquidity buy. So for example, again you have a sell side liquidity, but you don't have a buy signal here. Okay, you have a buy side liquidity, right? That means market makers went above the resistance, grabbed all the stop loss orders, and then you have a lower candle, right? A candle closing below this price. That is a buy side liquidity sell. Then that is a very, so if you sell here, then there was a huge dropout. So instead of selling here, now you are selling somewhere here itself, right? Much early. And then you would have made a huge profit on that. So we can get much early entries and exits with the help of whenever you see a buy side liquidity sell order, or whenever you see a sell side liquidity orders, we can ensure it should not be just SSL. SSL should be followed by a SSL buy. Then we can enter. So here we got SSL. Immediately next candle we got SSL buy. That's a very good opportunity. Then there is a big companies brought it all the way down, and immediately they are buying it. They want to take the opportunity. They brought it all the way down, hit all the stop losses, grabbed all the liquidity. Now they want to take it further up. Immediately they took so much up, right? Now again you have a buy side liquidity, but it did not get a follow up candle, right? If you get a buy side liquidity sell here, right? After SSL, sell side grabbing the sell side liquidity, if you get a buy signal, that's a good opportunity. After the buy side grabbing the buy side liquidity, if you get another red candle, that's a very good opportunity. Otherwise, it is staying choppy as of now, right? We need to see it. So you can always go set an alert, right? You go to RLS. Here you can set an alert called, okay, buy side liquidity sell confirmed, or sell side liquidity buy confirmed, or this is for a combination. If you only want to know, okay, there is a sweep happening, right? By it is sweeping that liquidity on the buy side, or it is sweeping the liquidity on the sell side. So if you put these alerts, whenever this happens, you will know. Then you have to wait for the confirmation. The next follow-up candle should be in the same direction. If it is a buy side liquidity, if you get another red candle, then that's a good opportunity. We can see a big drop on ES. Or whenever you have a sell side liquidity, right? You got a sell side liquidity, it grabbed all the right stop losses on the sell side, and then immediately you get a buy signal. So if you want to only get this notification so that you can be ready to put your orders, then you can put an alert here. If you want to get alert on, right, sometimes there can be fake, right, it may do this, but if you get some more red candles, that means even though they want to grab some more, there might be some more liquidity sitting here. They may want to come here, grab this liquidity, and then take it up. But immediately if you see a follow up green candle, that means there is a huge potential for price to go all the way up. So that's what we use in our challenges, 25K to 50K challenge from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's where we take these type of trades where we look for such type of sell side liquidity sweeps or buy side liquidity sweeps with a follow up candle. Then we can grab the buy, right, this, for example, you see this, immediately you can do bull puts below this, or you can do calls at this price. You can buy ES long, you can do SPY long, you can do SPY calls, SPY bull puts, QQQ bull puts, or NDX bull puts, like when right. So we would have grabbed a huge opportunity here, right? Immediately the big companies are buying more, like that. So if you see a BSL and followed by a BSL sell, then you can do bear calls, you can do puts, you can do right, you can do shorts. So if you are just watching ES or you are just watching SPX, that is good enough. You can trade 5 to 6 different symbols. So for example, let's look at Right around 8:15 today, we got a post sweep reversal on NQ. Right, that is at 30642. Yet you can again, based on what type of trader you are, you can do it on 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. So if you see here, so you can see a huge wick at the bottom. Right, so this is a example for buy side liquidity, or yeah, sell side liquidity, and then there was a huge uh, big bounce there. I think, yeah, because today is a choppy day. Generally, it's always better to use 5 to 3 minutes today. So, right, we got a sell side liquidity here, and then you got a sell side liquidity buy here, right? And then immediately you had a one candle with nearly 60-70 points. That itself will make around $1,000. So basically, yeah, we'll be using these type of entries. So, but you will get very limited entries like this, right? You may not get 10 times this type of SSL buy. So we will use other type of entries, like when you go to the, so you can also set other alerts like grade A, high, right? This is like A plus setup. This is A setup. This is B setup. You can also do those setups. So one is you can put alert on this BSL sell confirmed, SSL buy confirmed. Right? If you want to, even before the sell signal, you want to know when that sweep is happening, you can put alerts here. So you will know, and then you can be ready. If immediately next candle you get in the same direction, right? Then you can immediately enter a buy signal. But if you don't want to even know this one, you want to just only know when this happens, you can put on the SSL buy confirmed. That means you can do a buy. The sell side liquidity stop loss hunting is over. Now it is time to buy. Or buy side liquidity stop loss hunting is over. Now you can sell. So if you want to just go on that same candle, you can do this. Or even before that, because whenever that happens, you may be at a strong support. You may be at a strong order block. You can see that there are nearly 1.5 thousand orders sitting there. Price came all the way down, went down below this. So this is the normal support. It went much further down, right? And nearly from 35, 40, it went to 20 points down. So most of the users will put stop loss below 10 points, 15 points. Once they take a $300 stop loss, immediately there was a huge 100 point, 150 points bounce from nearly 35.20. It went all the way to 36.70. That is 150 points is nearly $3,000 with NQ. So like that, we right. So what we need to do to take the trades, we have to go to the RLS indicator. So here you go here, add alert on the list, right? If you have a better trading view plan, you can put alert on the entire watch list, right? You have essential plan, you have a pro plan. So you will select the RLS indicator, and then you can put an alert, right? Okay, whenever I have a confirmation on the buy or sell, give me an alert. So generally it is for day trading, it is always better you do it on the 5 minutes. If you are a swing trader, you want to hold the trades for 4 5 days like that for personal accounts, then you can use 30 minutes or 1 hour. If you want to do it for 1 month, then you can do the same alert on daily. So first alert I'll set is any post sweep confirmation, and then you have to select once for bar close, Here you have that interval, right? Whether you want to see it for your day trading or for your swing trading or for your long-term trading. For example, if I want to do for day trading, I'll select 5 minutes. If I want to do it for short swing, that means for 2 or 3 days, then you can select 1 hour, right? You want to hold it for around 1 month, you can select 1 day. You want to hold it for uh, 3 to 4 months, you can use 1 week. Like that, you want to hold it for few years, right? You want to do it in your IRA account or somewhere where you want it, right? You want to buy it low, you want to sell it high, use 1 month, then you can hold it for nearly 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, like that, until you get a major sell signal, you can hold it. So based on, but for prop firms, because we have to close the trades by end of the day, generally we use 5 minutes, and then you select once per bar close and then create. So that is one type of alert we set. Then there is another type of alert which you can set is you go select the indicator, and then for example I want to know even before the sell signal or buy signal comes, I want to know whenever the sweep is happening, whenever that liquidity sweep happens, I want to know at that time itself. Then I can put any liquidity sweep whenever buy side liquidity or sell side liquidity. So I can be ready with my order. If I immediately see next candle in the it is going as expected, I can immediately do a buy order or sell order. So that you will be little, so you may get more signals here, but minimum you will be prepared instead of waiting for buy to happen and then going and doing a buy order, right? You may miss some 10-15 points during that process. If you are waiting for this signal and then going there, you may miss some time, you may miss some profits. If I'm going here, put it whenever I get a notification, I'll go and see, right? I'll be ready with my buy order. If the next signal also, if the next tick is also moving in the same direction, I can immediately go and I can, so, that- right? This is for the second alert which we are setting. Whenever a sell side liquidity happens or buy side liquidity happens, immediately you will receive an alert saying, okay, sell side liquidity completed on ES. Then I'll be ready with my buy signal. Immediately next candle, I got a buy signal, right? If I set only one alert, the first alert which we completed, only after this candle, then I'll receive an alert. So you may miss some points, or it may take by the time you go, right? Especially if you're a new trader going into your brokerage opening, by that time this candle also may be complete. But if you want to go and right, be ready, be prepared, then better you put a notification here so that you are entering your trade before or immediately after this candle. You have your everything is set. Next candle you saw there is a buy signal. Immediately you go and click on the buy button. Right? If you don't see a buy button, right here you got a BSL, but you don't see another red candle. We don't see a sell signal. Then we know that okay, right? You wait for some more time. Minimum you are more prepared here in this case. So that is about the liquidity sweep, right? What is buy side liquidity? What is sell side liquidity? How can we enter the trades much early before the actual move happening? We can enter these trades, right? For example, if you go to Intel, let's go to 1 hour. So here you got a sell side liquidity immediately, right? It did a big wick, It took all the stop losses. Immediately you got the SSL buy. So here you are entering around $108. If you are entering after this buy signal, you are entering around 111.3. So you are able to catch this huge move, right? So you can hold it until you see a major sell signal, or you see another sell signal. You got another sell signal here around 113. You can book the profits. But yeah, that's the advantage where you can enter early with these type of signals, even for day trading also. Generally, we use this during market hours, right? After market hours, generally it will be choppy. So around 245 yesterday, they brought it down. Immediately, they took it up again, and then we may see more continuation on Monday with Intel. So yesterday, right, when market opened, we saw that big companies are buying huge, right? We got a strong buy. We got big companies are buying nearly 16 types of buying pressure. It went all the way, touched the resistance. We know there is momentum in the stock, and then we got a sell signal. So whenever you see that first half an hour it moved so much high, and then if you get a sell signal, and then whenever we get a buy signal, that's generally a good opportunity. It's a high momentum. All the chip stocks were moving good. First half an hour it went from 128 to 135 within. So the disadvantage if you take in this time is the candles will be so fast. The volume will be so much high. So always you wait for a pullback. You got a pullback and then you got another buy signal. So now we got a Intel buy, and then we made 100 to 100% on the Intel calls. So identify, right? You can always go sort it, right? If you sort it, you know SOXL, SNDK, Intel, all these were very right high momentum stocks yesterday. So then you take one of these stocks, right? SNDK it is very expensive. Intel, the premiums were very cheap. So we know that it is a high momentum stock. So don't try to buy at the top, right? Always we should buy on a pullback. So it went all the way high. It is difficult to catch in the morning because whenever you get this signal, the volumes are so high. So you are buying close to the resistance. So we got a pullback, and then we got a buy signal. This is where we got 130 call. Then price went again all the way to 135. So in the morning it went to 135, came down, came to that 128, and then we got 130, 132 calls. So they made again it went to 130. So it was consolidating. So we booked a profit somewhere here. But later it broke the consolidation, went further high, and then again it was in consolidation. So yeah, last few minutes again it did a sell side liquidity. We got a sell side buy. But because it is already 245, 250 before a long weekend, it stayed consolidated. But mostly we'll see a nice continuation on Monday morning. Big companies are still buying this. So now, so what type of alerts we need to set? As I explained, one alert is you can do. So if you have a normal trading view plan, you have to go one by one. You have to go to each ticker and you have to set it. Right? You have to go to crude oil. Right? For example, if you see this, mostly it might be a sell side liquidity. So you see the sell side. Okay, we got sell side. There was another red candle and then there was a green candle. Right? It brought all the way down. and then it started going up. So here you got a buy side liquidity. You have a buy side liquidity sell. Then you got a huge candle. So whenever, right, you see buy side sell, and also this is happening where you have a major sell block. So if you are waiting for the sell signal, you are missing this big candle. But if you get the BSL sell, we got a you got nearly from 76 one candle. We can make nearly $1,000 plus. Came all the way down, did a SSL, but because the next candle, right, this candle was a sell, right, it came all the way down, grabbed the liquidity, did the stop loss hunting. But the next candle also is a huge red candle. That's why we did not get a buy signal. But if you are just watching this chart, if you see that our sell side liquidity, another sell side liquidity candle, then you got a nice green candle. You know that there are a lot of buyers here, so you can buy on this candle. I'll try to adjust the logic so that even after two candles, if you see a nice green candle after sell side liquidity, you can do a SSL buy here. But yeah, that's what this buy side liquidity sell side liquidity buy signals will help us to grab big moves before they happen. Right? If we do this sell, you may make profits, but already a big move already happened. So you may make only profits until this level. But if you catch much early, then we can catch very huge moves. NKD, got a buy side liquidity, but there is no follow up candle. If there are another red candles, there would have been a drop. See here you got a sell side liquidity, you got a sell side liquidity buy. There was a huge bounce on NKD. So if we get a buy side liquidity sell here, again we can see a big drop on NKD. So mostly where you have resistance, right? They will try to take it little bit up, do a fake breakout, and then we'll see a major drop. That's the advantage. One more time I repeat. So to grab those bigger liquidity levels, either you have to go to each, if you have a essential trading view plan, you have to go to each ticker, right? If you already have access to indicators, then you are creating an alert on crude oil. Go to RLS and then you set it up on. Right? One is you set it on any post sweep. That means either buy or sell. You want to see both sides so that you can take long, you can make money. You can take short, you can make money. Or if you want to know even before that happening, you want to be ready. Right? It may happen on the next candle or next but one. Then you can select this any liquidity sweep, or you can put one here, one here. So here you will be ready immediately. Next signal you get another buy or sell. You kept all your orders ready. Immediately you can take in prop accounts, you can take in personal account like that. So, or you can do grade A high conviction, but it will be little late. You want to get much early, these are best. Otherwise, this one, the next one is this one, like that. So we are doing a liquidity sweep using those. There is also a dashboard. If you want, you can select. You want to see the dashboard, right? Show dashboard. When you select the show dashboard, it will show you that as of now crude oil is bullish, right? It is overbought. So the next buy side liquidity is around 76.74, right? That means when it goes all the way to 76.74, there there is a possibility we may see reversal. Or if it goes to 75.06, if it goes all the way down, then we may see a sell side liquidity. So as of now, the range is right. It went up above the range, and as of now, the entry we entered at around 75.93. This is the stop loss. So from 75.93, crude oil may go a little more up. So this dashboard will tell you. So if you are close to this price, then you know you can expect a buy side liquidity notification. Or if you are close to this price, you can get a sell side liquidity notification. For example, if you go to yes, so it is telling around 7568.25. There is some buy side liquidity. That means there are some stop losses. It can hunt those stop losses around 75.68. Then we can see reversal on ES. That means even before receiving the alerts itself, you know that okay, after 3 4 points there might be a reversal on ES. You can use it to book profits there on your long positions, or you can be ready to take a short around this price. If it goes all the way to 75.53, right around this point, you have some sell side liquidity. So you can see here, right, there is sell side liquidity at 75.53. There is some buy side liquidity at 75.68. That means that is a high chance of it may go up and then start dropping again. So that's what they are breaking this up, right? Earlier, what they did, they broke the resistance. They went all the way down and then took the price all the way up. Now they will go, this is your resistance. A lot of people might have sell orders here because it was moving in a choppy consolidation because of a holiday. People want to do sell here, or they will put stop loss here. So price is going up, it will hit, right? Go a little bit up, then it will possibly do a reversal from this point. So if it goes and if we get a BSL and BSL sell signal, we can take a short. Yeah, liquidity sweeps can change based on the time frame. If you are using a higher time frame, wherever you have a very huge liquidity, you may have uh, those BSL and SSL at those points. Whereas when you have a smaller time frame, so to get the dashboard, you have to go to the settings and you have to just keep show dashboard. Mostly we should see reversal here. We should go here and then we should see a reversal from this point. As of now, trend is bullish. Bullish. It is nearly overbought. If you see T5, you can see that it came all the way to the top. Right, your score is nearly 100 now. Right, it went all the way to the bottom around 740, 750. It started going up. That is where we got the SSL signal. Now we should go to this 7568. Then you know where you can set your targets. Uh, yeah. If you took a long here, then you know your buy side liquidity is around 75.68. If you take a short, you know this is your target. 75.53 is your target. if we take a shot at that point. So we are waiting for the confirmation now to see whether if we get a sell signal, be a sell, we can take a shot. So about the 25K challenge, there are mainly two types of challenges, right? One is 25. So our objective is to convert to 25K into 50K within 1 month, right? Within 4 weeks. So the first challenge is 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. challenge, where we take it is mainly for the active traders. That means if your job, right, whether you are a homemaker or you have a work from home job where you don't have too many meetings. So if you can take the trades quickly, enter and exit quickly, that 9 a.m. challenge is good for you. Where we take multiple trades, right? If you see Intel is going up, if you get a buy side liquidity or sell side liquidity and sell side liquidity buy on Intel, we may take Intel calls or we may take SPY calls, QQQ or SPX bull puts. We may do NDX bull puts. We generally by default we take maximum 4 contracts when we do uh, those trades between 9 to 2 p.m. So at any point of time, we generally take 2 or 3 trades maximum. That means your 3 to 4 thousand is at risk at any point of time. So you should have a 25K account with around 5 to 10K cash, right? It may have some 15,000 already, some stocks or some other positions, but you should have approximately 5K to 10K so that when we take those 3 or 4 trades, you have enough cash or enough balance to take the trades. So we our objective is basically to convert 25,000 account into 50,000 account before month end. So if you are active trader, if you we do live sessions where we take all these trades during the live session. I'll be also explaining you the reason. Okay, because we have a lot of sellers here, or we have a lot of buyers here, or we have this buy side liquidity here. I'll be also explaining the reasons why you are taking trades so that you can also learn as part of this process. So that is our first challenge. If you are active trader who can spend time, who can quickly take trades, right? They will be mainly day trading trades where we hold the trade for 30 minutes, 20 minutes. So that's where if you are busy in some meetings, you we take a trade, you don't exit on time, then that is a risk. That's why if you are active trader, that 9 a.m. challenge is good for you, where we want to convert from 25K to 50K. If you are not an active trader, you are a passive trader, then we want to do from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. That is for passive traders who can spend only 10-15 minutes a day for trading. Then again, here we want you to have around $10,000 worth of cash with a 25K account size so that we want to convert that into 50K. So here the default position size is 2 quantity. Right? For example, generally last 1 hour, sometimes SPX will be a little choppy or it will be moving in a. So we'll take trades like iron fly or butterfly, or we may do bull puts, bear calls, such type of trades. And you don't even need to close the trades. If you're not an active trader, you just open the trade and just let it expire at the end of the day. If you're an active trader, then sometimes we may trim 5 minutes before one position and we may hold one position like that. So that is a second challenge where we want to mainly do iron flies or butterflies in last 1 hour or bull puts or bear call spreads based on the direction, based on again if you get a buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, or you have a plus setup with sell side or buy side, we'll be doing those. So yesterday we got SPX right 100%. Whatever we predicted, it closed at the same price. So with 2 contracts, that's nearly $2,500. Again, we did a butterfly with 7,500, right? Exactly closed at 7,500.6. It made nearly 125%. So we have different softwares which will give us where approximately SPX can close. So using that software, we are able to make around 80-85% success. So with butterflies, if you make nice profits, one trade can make 300, 400%. We invest $1, $2 on each contract, and if it exactly close at that price, the returns can be huge. Otherwise, so we may lose that 100, $200 with a long butterfly concept. So in that way, we are able in last 2.5 weeks, we made around 20 from 25K, we made it around 48K or something. I need to add yesterday's values, but so that's where we are starting a new challenge from this Monday, because a lot of members who were not able to start early, they asked. So we are starting a new challenge for both the challenges. One is 9 a.m. challenge for active traders, 2 p.m. challenge for passive traders who cannot spend 3 4 hours doing live trading. So at the same time, so now we are close to uh, close to that liquidity sweep. If that doesn't happen, the next buy side liquidity is at 75.83. But yeah, as of now, 75.68.5 was the initial buy side liquidity. We should see a sell signal now. If we don't see a buy side liquidity, then the next target is 7583. So we are waiting for that. The same way, if you go to crude oil, right, the buy side liquidity is around 76.74. But here you have a lot of it can do stop loss hunting around this point. Yeah, so that's about the two challenges where you need to have approximate. So we got a buy side liquidity sell, but we'll wait for the candle close 2.43. Right, we want to make sure the candle closes in the same red direction. Then we can enter a short on ES. Yeah, if price breaks the support, then that will become resistance. So mostly it should break all this and come all the way to this support box. Yes, this approach will work, right? If you are a swing trader, you can use 1 hour time frame. If you are a long-term investor, you can use daily, weekly. This approach will work with any time frame. But because we'll be doing mainly day trading, so we'll be mainly using right, they broke the support. They did all the stop loss hunting. Now again they are bringing it down. So another 1 minute 18 seconds. If after 1 minute 16 seconds also we see a red candle, we can take a shot. So here we got a BSL, but we don't have a BSL cell. Whereas here you got a BSL followed by a BSL cell. Five seconds, 4 seconds. So I can take a shot now because So today, if options market is open, we can go a little bit up and we can do bear calls above this price. Right, I'll take profits, wait for the support to break, and then I'll enter one more time. That mostly it will break. So that's nearly $100 done. Right, even before this came, we expected the 75, 68, 25. There can be a reversal. Right, because our dashboard was showing that okay, there is a buy side liquidity around this area. They may do a stop loss hunting around this point. So we were ready. So if it breaks that, then the next point is 75.83. So immediately that, so it took up and then it came all the way down. Now if it breaks this, then it can come all the way to 75.53. So just I'm waiting because there is a support here and today is a holiday. So just waiting for it to break. Then I can hold until 75.53.5. Mostly we may see here. Right, post sweep reversal confirmed on ES, post sweep reversal confirmed on NQ. If I go to NQ, right, you got a BSL signal, you got a BSL sell signal, and then we may see all the way up to here. So I can go and do a short. Let me take MNQ for less risk. When you take MNQ, your risk is minimal. So I can take some with MNQ, you can keep adding. If some reversal, I can add another two contracts. So you got a BSL, but there is no follow up. You got a BSL and you got a BSL sell. You got a proper follow up candle. So then we can expect a minimum until this. If it breaks this support, then it will go to this. If it breaks that support, it can come all the way to 30,522. Right? That is where again you have lot of sell side liquidity. So that means if you get a buy signal around this area, that will be very good opportunity. If you get a sell side, so yeah, you should easily make some nice. So if it is a personal account, you can take a short. You can put a stop loss little above this candle. So if you make, you'll make huge profits. Generally, ES and NQ. Yeah, you will see it. So I'm going to publish. So I want to explain first and give you a demo, and then I want to give the access. Because until yesterday we were having these buy signals, strong buy signals, but I saw that sometimes we are missing a big candles here. So that's where I added enhancement so that you can catch these huge candles. Right? If we go to SSL buy, there was a huge that was nearly 120, 130 points. So every day if you catch one, that is more than enough. Right? You got 100% confirmation. If I came to the bottom, you got a SSL buy, you got a big buy order block. Then there was a huge move. Now it went all the T5 went to the top. You got a sell signal, so we should see a drop. Right? Sometimes it may do a double top and then come to the bottom. you can always go one candle before this, wherever the buy side liquidity happened. I can go there and just put a stop loss so that your risk is minimal. Even if there is some sudden news or something, you won't blow your account. So your risk to reward is right. If it goes all the way to this 35.22, you are making nearly 10 times of reward. So you are risking some $50, but if you'll make nearly $500. But today market closed at 12, but yeah, we should by that time we should see nice profits on NQ or MNQ short. NQ is very volatile, so that's why generally instead of trading NQ, it's always better you trade MNQ. It makes nice money if you're in the right side, but it is also risky if you're on the wrong side. So that's why always sometimes even though our direction might be right, but sometimes it may do some one on the opposite side. It can do a candle and again it can come down. Right? It will do that stop loss hunting type of thing where especially where 50K account in the prop firm you use NQ, then your accounts can blow very quickly. Minimum target is 30,668. If it breaks, it should come to 30,650. If it also breaks that, it will come all the way to this 30,530. That is where we have sell side liquidity. Yeah, same thing for options, right? For example, if you go to SPX, if you get SSL, but we don't have SSL buy, here you got a SSL buy. There was a liquidity sweep, and then you got SSL buy. Then there was a huge bounce on the next day. But we'll always go above this candle, put a stop loss. Put SSL, put SSL buy. We got a BSL. SSL buy. We got SSL here. The next one is SSL buy. Right? We have a green candle and then followed by another green candle. Yeah, whenever you guys, so you got a BSL sell in all the way down, nearly 30-40 points down. You got a SSL buy. Again, it went further up. So whenever you get that buy signal, we can enter calls or we can do bull puts. Whenever you get a sell signal, we can enter puts or bear calls. Here I got SSL, but next candle is a red candle. But yeah, if you are watching it, it was in a huge buy block. And then price went all the way up. With a BSL. We'll add the modification. So instead of just one candle, if we see a second candle also. So the next candle also dropped, but after that again it made a huge bounce. supported a small bounce. I will break this support. Then we can enter one more time. So especially if you are trading with prop firms, all we need is $300-400 per account each day. That is good enough to make. In the indicators, you have to go here. And then at the bottom, you have show dashboard. You have to just select it. If you want to change the position, you can always change wherever you want. Uh, right, whenever we get a BSL sell signal, all you do is take a shot, go right. You see, like in last 3 4 candles, where is the high? Put a stop loss little bit above that. So if you make, you will make huge profits. If you take a loss, you will take a small loss. Right? There is very high possibility whenever you see this one, there can be big major drops. Whenever you see a buy signal, you will see a major bounce because that's where the institutions are playing with the retail traders. They are breaking all the retail trader stop losses, going against the direction. We take stop loss, immediately they'll take the market up. Again, you put some short here, they went above the resistance, took all the stop losses. Now again, they'll bring it down. That's what whenever we take a stop loss, immediately price will again go in our direction. Right? That's what institutions will do. They do stop loss hunting, then they go again in the same direction, whatever you anticipated. So, for example, if you right, one more time, I am explaining what is stop loss hunting. So, a minute, I will write this. Right? For example, today price is moving in a consolidation, right, in a range because it's a weekend holiday. So it's so generally what most people will do is so when it is in a consolidation or a sideways market, range market, this is your support, this is your resistance, right? Top of the box is resistance, top of bottom of the box is your support. So generally, when price comes all the way to the bottom, right, it tends to go up. So generally, people will try to buy either here, right? Price came all the way to the bottom. They do a buy signal, right? They take a long position here. They put stop loss, go little bit down, 3 4 points, 5 points down. They'll put a stop loss. So what market makers do is they know, right? They can see all the order flows. They can see where the stop loss orders are because all the brokerage companies will sell all this information to the big companies. They will intentionally bring the price all the way down below that stop loss, right? All the people kept their buy orders here, their stop loss orders here for the long position. They will go all the way down and then they will take the market up, right? All your stop losses got hit. Now they will take all, right? Whatever you anticipated, it happened, but it hit the stop loss and then it went up. Then you will think, okay, right? Okay, I lost on the long. Let me put a short here, right? Again, what they did, they took it little more higher, right? Because this is your resistance. So you may put a short here because expecting it is a choppy day. It will go to the top of the box, again come down. But exactly they went above that and again they are bringing price down, right? You will put stop loss here. You shorted, yes, right? It came there, started dropping. So you may short here, you may put stop loss here. Then immediately they took the market up, right? Some people will do breaker, right? Oh, they think like, oh, now they did a breakout. The previous resistance got broken. Let me buy long here, right? You close your short, you go for a long. Now your long is lost, your short is lost, right? They took it up, they're bringing the price down. So that's what market makers will do. Whenever you go to the long position, they do a liquidity sweep on the sell side. They take all your stop losses, go up. Whenever you want to short at a resistance, they go little bit up. They do a fake breakout. They bring all this. So on both the sides we lose. Then market makers will bring it down. So if we can know like where market makers are doing their sell side liquidity by where they are sweeping, they are doing that liquidity sweep. You can be always on the profitable side. So now, right, that support is broken. It is going further down. So we can I will take, right. Initially, I made some $100. Now I will make another $100. We are already holding our MNQ, right? It made nearly 104, $102. And because MNQ is less risky, I just held it. I'll take profit. I'll enter one more time. So you got a BSL sell. So now, right, we got a sell signal, but already you would have made $100 before that time. So you will also get alerts in the Telegram channel. Uh, so you don't need to be online. There is a Telegram options channel where you will keep receiving the alerts. All right. You got a BSL sell here itself, whereas you got a double confirmation sell here. So well, you already grabbed $150 even before you got a sell signal. Hope the concept is clear for everyone. What the market makers will do, what is liquidity sweep, what is buy side liquidity, what is sell side liquidity. Why most of the retail traders lose? Because market makers intentionally know where the retail traders are putting their stop losses for long orders, for short orders. They will try to go above that, take all the stop losses, then reverse the market. So if we can trade like the big institutions, we'll be in profits. We can make profits. That's what this RLS, which is liquidity sweep indicator, will help us to identify where those companies are doing those sweeps. So, right, as I mentioned, when you are trading on prop firms, you always try to take one or two trades a day. Right? Don't unless you are a high risk trader or unless you are doing an evaluation, you want to complete evaluation faster. That is okay. Otherwise, you generally try to do less number of trades, but have it in more accounts. Right? If you see one or two RLS buy or RLS sell, just to take one or two trades a day, you make 400, $500. And copy that into 5, 10, 20 accounts. In that way, your risk will be minimal. So, for example, right, let us say I want to book my profits here. This is my next support level. So I'll book it here. If it breaks this, then I can again enter one more shot. But as of now, this is my target. Wherever I see the support, that is my target to book the profits on this ES short or MNQ short. Right, hope that is clear, right, about what is the liquidity sweep strategy which we are using for our challenges, and then when do we take trades, how to set up the alerts, and then how to participate in the challenge. You have to part of the options subscription group where you will receive the messages in the Telegram. You can open the trades from phone also, or you can do it if you are before a system. You can do it from the system. You need to have minimum $10,000 liquidity. So now they removed the 25K rule also. So you can do any number of trades, even if you have 5,000, 10,000. But if one or two trades go in the other side also, if you have more, then we can easily convert it from 25K to 50K. So yeah, for active traders, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., where you have to quickly enter and exit based on the alerts, right? If you are in live session, you can see and take the trades, or if you are in the channel, you will also receive the alerts. We'll be also taking the same trades along with you, and you will be also in the live session, so you know that why we are taking a trade. Right? For example, right, we discussed that there is a buy side liquidity here. We can see a reversal here, right? We are expecting a reversal. So like that, you can take the trades. Right? Everything I explained the concept before it happened. I mentioned that there is a possibility we'll see a reversal. I took some trade. There was initially support, right? At the support, it came. It did a small pullback. Again, it started dropping. Then I took another shot. So generally, when ES goes down, MNQ or NQ also goes down. So I also took with MNQ. Right, we are holding. So first MNQ already I booked some $100+. Now I am holding another MNQ where I am expecting minimum it will come to this 36.44. If it breaks 36.44, we should see all the way until this 35.40. So because today is a holiday, the volumes are less. Otherwise, it will complete much faster. So now you also have proper confidence. T5 went all the way to the top. You got a magic sell signal. At the same time, if you have more and more confidence, you're confident. Yeah, you got a BSL, you got a BSL cell, you got a high A plus setup. You have a huge resistance here. So everything aligns. Then you can hold even though there is a small unrealized loss. You don't need to worry about it because different softwares are telling you that price will drop here. So all I need to do is go up, put a stop loss somewhere. For example, this is my previous candle. Just to go above the previous candle, add a stop loss. So even if there is some sudden good news, something happens. If it drops, you will make nearly 500 $600. This is your target. If you lose, you may lose maximum $100. So your risk to reward is always 1:5, 1:4. Having E5 and others will give you more and more confidence. Right? Otherwise, what happens? You see a green candle, we get panic, we close it, and then it drops. But now different softwares are telling, oh, there is a sell signal, right? Price already is overbought. If you go to dashboard, score is nearly 85, right? Earlier it was 100, now it is 85. Now that means the momentum started dropping. For 2 p.m. trades, you generally get around 2:15 to 2:20, around that time frame, you get the signals. And as I said, we have softwares to identify where potentially they can close, right? There is nothing like 100%, right? There is no indicator or nothing which works 100% of the time. So that's why we take a limited one. So by default, we take two contracts for 2 p.m. trades. And we ask everyone also to follow the same thing. If you take more, it is your risk, right? Because generally what happens is after winning two or three trades, next day we go big. On the day, it may reverse for some news or whatever can be the reason. So we'll give away all the profits we made for 4 5 days. And that's why generally whenever we take these trades, if you maintain a consistent position size, if you win 8 out of 10 times, we'll be in a profitable, right? We'll be profitable at the end of the day. But if you use different position size or if you use different risk, that suddenly one day if you take a big position and if it doesn't close at that point. So both these challenges are for options. 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. are for options. But maybe from Monday we'll also do one for futures prop firm. We wanted to do this week, but because it's a short week and yeah, we will do 150K to 159K. We'll convert within 2 weeks using this strategy. Within 2 weeks, we'll convert the funded, right? We'll convert evaluation to funded accounts maximum within 2 weeks. We may do before that, but during this time, whenever we have a proper buy sell liquidity, sell side liquidity signals, we'll take, and within 2 weeks, we complete the challenge. And then, with while we do evaluation, we use minis on a 150K account. When you do pro accounts or pro plus accounts, we can do the same thing with micros. So if you make 300, 400 in one account each day, and you do it in 5 accounts, that is nearly $1,000 to $2,000 each day using this liquidity sweep strategy. So whether you're new joiner or so, right? So many people get confused with the spreads, right? A spread is nothing but you are doing two trades at a time, right? If you want, you can do separately, right? We buy a call. For example, if you are doing bear calls, that means you are buying a call, you are also selling a call as a protection. Or if you are doing a bull put, you are buying a put. Everybody knows how to buy naked puts or naked calls. When you are doing spreads, you are doing more than one transaction at same time. If you want, you can separately do those transactions. You can initially buy a call and then you can later you can sell a call. That will work as a uh, spread. So when you do with spreads, even if market stays choppy, also you'll make profits. When you buy calls, if the momentum is very high and then only if it moves in your direction quickly, then you make nice profits. But when you do spreads, even though if it stays choppy or if it moves up in the direction, in both the ways you will make profits. That's why we do spreads also. But there are already videos in YouTube. If you go to investments in USA channel, and then if you watch those videos, you will understand what is a bull put spread, what is a bear call spread, what is a butterfly, what is iron condor, like that. It should not be right. I will be also sharing a screenshot so that you know what to sell to open, what is buy to open, where we are sell to close, we are doing buy to close. Everything is in a screenshot, so you have to just open those fields. So we are holding this MNQ short and EA short. Which brokerage for free options trading? Yeah, I'll share the recording later. If you want to participate in the challenge, it is at the rate options underscore PREM underscore bot, where we provide you all the alerts, where you see the messages, screenshots, everything. And also you'll be part of the live sessions. Or if you want to get access to these indicators, right, so that you can trade, you may want to trade India stocks, right? The strategy is same, whether you do India stocks or US stocks, you do crypto, you do whatever you want, right? Crypto is open over the weekend also, or you want to do forex, everything you can do. So ninja underscore premium, ninja underscore apex underscore bot for indicators. You can get the indicators. Uh, so we have a three indicator plan, five indicator plan. If you are just so generally when you trade with SPX or NDX or UT, those are completely cash settled indices. There is no assignment problem or anything. That's why we trade with indices. So you don't have the problem of stock assignment. That is completely cash settled. Whether you make profit or loss, there won't be any impact of those stock assignment. That's why there is no risk. The rate ninja underscore apex underscore bot is for indicators. You can use the same RLS indicator for SPX and NDX. Whenever you get the BSL, buy or BSL sell, sorry, BSL sell or SSL buy, we can do naked calls or naked puts, or we can do bull puts, bear calls. Let me share the link for. That is a link. If you trade here, they have a $10 fixed cost. They have two plans, $10 and $30 plans, where you pay nearly minimal fee like 5 cents, 10 cents for stocks or options, right? Not for stocks. Stocks is completely free, but for options or for futures, you don't need to pay a lot of money on the commissions when you do in your personal accounts. So Yeah, if you use that link, you will also get 3 months free. You don't need to pay anything for the first 3 months. For the trader brokerage, you get a commission free or very minimal commissions on. So, but they have two different types of, right? If you want to do options, you have to open one type of account. If you want to do futures, they have another type of account. So you have to open two different accounts if you want to do both options and futures. For stocks and options, it is one account, whereas for futures, it's a different type of account. But if you use the referral link, you get 3 months. First 3 months, it will be free. After that, you have to pay that $10 per month. Yeah, where do you get the link? So I'll share a recording of last training session where I explained what is a bull put, what is a butterfly. I explained about all those strategies. So this is the video where you can watch about how we do SPX trades, what are the different indicators we use, and also all the terminology. What is bull put spread, bear call spread. Robinhood is a good one. Only thing is sometimes your fills, right? One problem with Robinhood is if something is going very good, if some stock is moving very, very fast, sometimes they put us right block on trading. That is one problem. Second problem is your fills will be little expensive compared to other brokerages. Otherwise, the UI everything is good. And also sometimes if you do SPY, QQQ, such type of options, they close by 2:30 to 45 itself. They close it. The other brokerages will wait until 3 or 3:15 p.m. Central to close your trades. But Robinhood will close it. But the advantage with Robinhood is you can also do overnight trading. Now they started, right? You can do SPX or NDX, such type of things overnight. During night also you can do trading. Maybe after a week or so, we'll start taking some trades overnight where you take a trade before, for example, you see a sell side liquidity uh, around 8 p.m. You take a trade and by morning you'll make nice profits. While sleeping, you can make profits with SPX and others because there won't be too much volume, there won't be any news. So generally they move in one direction, right? For example, Thursday started NDX, ES, NQ started moving up. If you do bull puts on SPX, they would have made huge money by next day morning. Or you take some calls, debit call spreads, or so. So to play futures, how much money is needed? It depends, right? If you want to take micros, you can have $3,000 to $4,000 in account. That is good enough. That means instead of taking entire NQ, you will take only MNQ, one MNQ. Whenever you get that buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity signals, you just take one MNQ. That's it. In that way, you can, yeah, even if you have 3,000, 4,000, that is good enough. But if you want to do minis, minimum you should have $15,000. When you use TradingView with the indicators, which platform you can so you can your brokerage can be anywhere, right? If you have, for example, TradingView already has something like, right? If you go here, for example. So if you go here, you can see if you want to trade futures, you can use Ninja Trader, or you can use Webull, you can use TraderWeight, right? Or for funded accounts, you can use TraderWeight, Ninja Trader, or even for personal accounts also, you can use them. Or you have this Trader Futures, Trader, Trade Station. So you don't have Robinhood or Charles Schwab or Thinkorswim here. But if you have account in Trader, Trade Station, or TraderWeight, Webull, Ninja Trader, then you can directly connect your account. Right? For example, if I want to buy some stocks, I can connect. Uh, right, you have to just to go there, provide your credential, and then you can see you can see all your trades here. I can go if I want to buy some stock. I can just go here, click on buy sell signals like that. Anyone has any other questions? So regarding the indicators, you have two types of plans: three indicator plan, five indicator plan. Three indicators, if you want to just mainly trade futures, the three indicator plan is good enough. If you want to trade the stocks, options, futures, everything, then five indicator plan is good because we have some scanners which will help us to know which are most bullish, most bearish for the day. So yeah, for trading view, with a free plan, you can use any two indicators. But generally, when you have a free plan, you won't be able to do a lot of alerts or all those things. You have a lot of limitations. So again, it costs only around $10 per month to get a trading view access. So I suggest having a trading view plan because the $10 with one trade, you can make 150 dollars. So you can cover that for the entire year. So I suggest having a trading view paid plan is better. Three indicators is a 349, five indicators is 449. But after this challenge, they will go up. Right, once we already completed 5K to 10K, 25K to 50K. Once we complete the next challenge, we will increase it. But yeah, because you have daily live sessions, you have as part of indicators also, you will get few alerts, not every alert which we take, but few options or few stocks alerts you will receive as part of live sessions. You can attend, you can learn different strategies, what market makers do, all those things. So it is like training plus alerts plus indicators. Everything as of now it is 349 for three indicator, 449 for five indicator plan. If you go with the 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, you will get more discount on that monthly plans. So right, again it is dropping. It is small pullback. As I said, if it is a normal day, it would have been much faster by this time. It will still by before 12 will make profits, but a normal day would have made much more profits because there is some support here. It went up and again trying to come down. Will breaks this support, will make a huge, should come all the way to this 35, 30. Mostly this time it should break the support. And there are some buy orders here. So when it came here, it did a small bounce. Next time if it comes here, it should break that. So here it is nearly 10 is to 1 risk reward. So if we lose, we lose, right? We put a stop loss little bit above this red candle. So if we lose, we may lose some $100. But if we win, we'll win 500, $600. And also, we got a perfect confluence. So this should come all the way down. Yes, we have setup sessions. So yeah, we have those setup sessions where we help you to install the indicators. And then during the live sessions, you will also learn. So again, most of the indicators are self-explanatory. Yeah, but yeah, we'll also have setup sessions where we help you with the setup. So for example, this is an indicator, right? We every day we provide you some support resistance levels. You have to just copy paste those levels, right? That will tell you whether SPX is bearish or whether it is choppy or right. NDX was very bullish yesterday, right? The base price was 29,972. It went all the way to 30,400, right? Nearly 500 points plus. So that means trend is bullish. So based on that, by morning itself, right before the market open, if you let me share the channel. So for example, right, if you go here, right in the morning itself, right, NQ was 29 the base price is 29 to sharing the right one. Okay, yeah. Right, so this was shared around 7:30 in the morning. So if you see here at around 7:10, all chip and tech stocks are looking good in pre-market. SPX, NDX, and QQQ should gap up with huge bounce, and all trades we took yesterday should make nice gains. So you will get a trading plan like this, right? SPX closed at 7420 yesterday after the Fed the held rates. Market sold off on the hawkish tilt. Today's bias is bullish, and SPX should complete 7437, 7452, and 7482 targets, and extended targets are 7505, 7510, 7513. We should nearly see 60 point gap up today on SPX. SPX should open around 7480 when market opens. So NDX, right? NDX trading plan. Everything, right? It should complete all these targets. And then we should see near 500 points gap up. Extended targets are 3217, 3249, 3273. So if you see yesterday, NDX completed nearly, it opened up with 500, 600 points gap up. Right? It dropped somewhere here, 29,675. When it opened somewhere around 3265, right? Nearly 600 point gap up. And then it continued its extension, right? You are at a magic buy. Price went further high. So one day we right before the day, you know, so right for example, we took swings for next week. Intel is very bullish. Good to get few stocks also. SPX close to 7500. Right for the 2 p.m. challenge. We took right. We expected SPX to close around 7500. So you will get alert like this, right? A long butterfly. Uh, so, right, 2 p.m. CST challenge trade. Sell 7490 call, put 7470, 7510 call and collect around $1,000. Yeah, like that you'll receive different trades. and then whenever we close, you will receive the messages, and will also be in the live session. So for this one, we collected around 1230 to $1250. Now around 750. You can trim 80%, so risk will become zero for remaining contracts. So that exactly closed at 7500. So like that, yeah, you will receive the alerts, and in the morning itself, you will receive what can be the whether market will be bullish or market will be bearish. So what we can expect, right? Our indicator will tell you that okay, RTY, this was at 750 morning, right? All indices looking bullish. So base price for the day is 29.42, but RTY was at 29.83. That means the trading plan is we should mainly look at the buy signals. The next targets are 29.92, 29.95. NQ, it was around 29,999, but at that time, 35.30. That means we can complete 541, 573, all these targets. ES was 7563, 7577, 7582 are our targets. So nearly, if you see yesterday's chart, all these completed all these targets. Silver was bearish, GC was bearish, crude oil was bearish. So by 7:30 itself, we can expect what will be the direction for the day. So like that, these indicators will help you to know before market itself for stocks, for different options. For stocks, we have to wait until 8:30, but for futures, by morning 7:30, we know what will be the trend for the day. So if you see RTY, uh, it went all the way. RTY went all the way until it was very bullish, nearly 29.85 target. Yeah, mostly. So if the trading plan is bullish, you mainly look at the buy signals on the day. You don't look at the sell signals. If around 7:30, we know which will be bullish, which will be bearish. So when market opened, there was a pullback. So you mainly focus on the buy signal because that's a bullish ticker for the day. Right? You got a sell signal, but you mainly focus on the buy signal. Again, this is after the end of the market. Like that, you will receive all such information before the market open itself. So you know which ones to focus for buy or which ones to focus for sell. It is opening to our MNQ. And generally, if it does a pullback, and if you see, then we can always add. That is the advantage with micros. You can keep averaging. Well, we should have done here itself. Okay, within few minutes, we should see this in profits. Your stop loss is 30,000, about 30,705. Your target is 30,522. So nearly this is 2 risk, this is 10 reward. So if you lose 20, 30 points, which is around $150. But if you make, you will make nearly $1,000. Yesterday morning, we also took another one. So here we should see nearly 60-point gap up. SPX should open around 7480. So nearly it completed all these targets, right? It exactly closed it. Yeah, it completed 7510, 7513, 75. When it opened, it completed 375282. It also completed 7505, 75010. So initially we took 7500 and buy 7510 call. It closed at 7500, so we should have, but we closed early, but otherwise that would have made $310. Then it was consolidating, so $6. So this is called an iron fly. Sell SPX 7500 call, 7500 buy 7475 put, and 7525 call. Collect 1250 to $1260. For 20 points per it is 950. If SPX close around 7500, we'll make 12,450 per contract. SPX should mostly close between 7490 and 7510. So it exactly closed in between. As long as it is between these two, we have low risk and we'll make nice gains. So it exactly closed at 7500. Then so if we take some 2 3 contracts, you can trim some initially and then you can hold one until last minute. If it closes exactly at 7,500, all that 1225, $1250 is 100% yours. Yesterday it exactly closed at that. So it is around 1245 itself, where we mentioned it will close between these two prices today. SPX mostly close between 7490. So because you are collecting over 1225, even though it is 10 12 points below 12 7,500, or if it is above 7,500, 12 points above 7,500, you have low risk. You will be still in profits. If it exactly close at 7,500, you will make much more profits. So you will make 100% profit. So we trimmed a few contracts and we held one until last minute and we took 100% on that. Like that, yeah, you will get the screenshot, so you know, okay, what to buy, what to open, what to sell to open, what is buy to. So Generally, you do a naked call or naked put. So this is buy to open, this is buy to open. Here, you are also doing another sell to open transactions. If you want, you can do individually also. If you do everything together, it will become easy. But again, it is just a 5 minute video you can watch how to open iron flies or how to do iron condor. Your brokerage will have all these options. Tomorrow or on Monday, I'll also show you because each one uses different type of brokerage. It's difficult for me to show everything. But if you are using Charles Schwab or if you are using Tradier, I can show those. Or you go to YouTube. If you use Robinhood, you can go to YouTube and search. Okay, how to do a short iron fly, short iron butterfly on Robinhood. How to do a bull put spread on Robinhood. Then you have a lot of videos. Anyone has any other questions? What is the good and easy platform to execute? So as I said, Thinkorswim is a good one, but their commissions are little high. If you want low commissions, then you can use this Tradier link, which I already shared. You will get first 3 months. You don't need to pay anything for the options or futures. After that, you have to pay some minimal commissions. Mm, yeah, the indicator which I showed earlier, that is a multi-time frame futures indicator. That is MTFF. Then the other one which I have shown is this is for the stocks indicator. Yesterday NDX was very bullish. So as long as it is above the base level, generally we look for buy signals on them. If they are below base level, we look for sell signals. So whenever you receive an alert, you can go and check the indicator or scanner. Especially if you get this by SSL buy, where you have a major buy block, then that's a very good opportunity because you have 100% confirmation that market makers brought it down and market makers are buying a lot of contracts here. That's a very, very good opportunity whenever your buy order block and this SSL buy comes together. Yeah, if you want to just trade stocks and options, 3 to 4 indicators are good enough. If you want to trade stocks, options, futures, then 5 indicators are good. So post sweep reversal confirmed. I think we also discussed about crude oil that it may close around 76.54. Right before few minutes, we discussed that there is a right at around the 76.78. We had that buy sell liquidity. So now I can take some shots on crude oil. It will come minimum till the 76.40. you had a resistance here. So that means a lot of people will try to sell here. So price, the market makers took it all the way up. So you'll have stop loss on your sell orders. They will hunt all the stop losses and then they are reversing the direction. So they swept to the buy side liquidity. Now they are again going back in this. Now I'll book profits here. If it breaks this support, then it can go to this level. It also breaks it, then it will go much further down. It can come all the way to $75 again. So, right, I'll go above this candle or wherever you got this BSL, I will put a stop loss on this. Right. So this is my swing high. So I can just go there. So it is showing that your BSL is at 76.78. You can just go to 76.79 and you add a stop loss. I kept a stop loss at 76.80. So if it moves in my direction, it can come all the way to 75.06. Again, today is a holiday, it closes early. But otherwise, normal days, it can drop all the way to 75.06. And your T5 also went all the way to the top. So even if I make $100, that is good enough, right? Yeah, with ES we made $100, with MNQ we made $100, with crude oil you. So even though I don't want to make $2,000 in one trade, with each trade you make $100, right? It touches a support, you book the profit. That's it. You do with the 4 or 5 accounts. Every trade you are taking $120. If it breaks the support, I'll enter again, take profits here. If it breaks this support, I'll enter again. Then it will come all the way down to this. So you have 75.05 is where you have again sell side liquidity, right? Where they can do the sweep again. But it doesn't mean it will directly come all the way here. There can be a lot of up and downs. But if it comes here, again, there is a very high possibility for a reversal. It will come to this price. Yeah, you'll see the BSL line. So you'll put a stop loss above the BSL line. Wanted to do a demo first and then yeah, publish the change. We'll see it later. So even if we take two or three stop losses, one trade will make you $2,000. So even if you lose $150 in one or two trades, because these trades when they make big profits. So even though your win percentage is only 40%, 50%, but whenever you win, you'll make huge $2,000. So we go with a stop loss little bit above. So even if we lose 100, 150 in three, four trades, for even five trades, one trade will make $2,000, which will compensate everything. Again, today market is because of long weekend, it is choppy. So that evening, yes, NQ they are moving up and down because there are very few buyers and sellers today. Market is just moving choppy. But yeah, on Monday you can see the proper results. Syndicate is looking bullish for Monday. We should say 20 to 24. You get a liquidity sweep here. We have another 15 minutes, 19 minutes for the market close. I have some buy orders here. It grabbed the buy orders, again went up, took some more sell orders. Again, the market will always try to grab the liquidity. So you have a lot of sell orders here, you have buy orders here. Whenever the buy orders are over, then it will drop all the way to the bottom. So it came down, went up, again came down, again went up, did a double top. So again, one more time, if it comes down, if the number of buyers are less here, then we'll see a huge drop until 35, 36 on a Sunday evening. If you're active trader, you can do multiple trades. Initially, we took MNQ shots, took profits. Again, it went up, again started dropping. You can do one more time. You can do one more time. Or if you are a passive trader, whenever you see the signal, you take a shot, go above this. So 3705 is the BSL. So you go to 3708 and you put a stop loss. Then 3653. So that is where it is coming and again going up 3653. because you have some sell side liquidity here. Sell side liquidity. So if NQ comes all the way here, we'll take a profits on the MNQs. You can take with ES. Right. If market was open until 4 p.m., we'd have it will break this support. But as of now, because there is some sell side liquidity here, we broke that and then again went up. You have buy side liquidity, you have sell side liquidity. If it is a normal day, you would have added few more micros. But because today is a short day, only 10 more minutes, so I'm just holding those. way down. Again, as I said, if it is a normal day, would have made huge profits. It should also come all the way down here. Fix the support, then there can be a major drop. I'm taking profits on the year short. But again, that market closes soon. We took on MNQ shorts. We took on India short. Immediately here we took one. And again we opened one more. So if it breaks this, then we should see all the way. We should see a major big drop. If it breaks the support, so this will become resistance. Next time when price comes here, it will act as a resistance. So we should wait for a candle close. Because we have, if we get another green candle, again it can go to the BSL. Otherwise, it may drop it. Yeah, because market will close, better you close all the trades. Right. If you took crude oil also, crude oil is also dropping, but because today market is closes at 12 o'clock. So if it breaks this support, then we have support here. If it breaks that, then it will come all the way to 75.06. That's it, everyone. Hope the concept was clear. What is liquidity sweep? What is buy liquidity? What is sell liquidity? What market makers will do? How they go about the resistance, break all your stop losses, and then bring the market down. And then how you can take the trades and how you can make profits. Market is closed now. So you can use replicante. You can, even though you make 100, $200, you do with 5 accounts, that is $1,000 per day. So today we made with ES, MNQ, crude oil. We waited for the sell signals. Yeah. Bye everyone. Have a nice long weekend. We'll talk again on Sunday.